Hello everybody, welcome to the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley. This is our program for this week, and we're excited that you have made your way through all of the videos we've done and the information that we've had, and that you're ready to learn a little bit about Rotary, because that is our program today. First, I want to say hello to a couple of people we have in here with us. So first, the beautiful gentleman in the hat, that's Shagger. Wait.
Hello there, folks.
Awesome. Shag is our membership chair, and we also have with us Carol Metzger, and Carol, a Rotarian in Pennsylvania, who waves and says hello. So you know, next week Carol will be our presenter, telling us about the Rotarians Against Child Slavery Action Group, a very powerful program that will be. We hope you will join us. Our presenter today is Zuhal Sharp. Zuhal is a member of the team at Rotary's headquarters in Evanston, Illinois. And she'll tell you a little bit more about herself as she goes, but she has been the primary administrator for Rotarian Action Groups, for fellowships, and for Rotary Community Corps. And she is also from Turkey, so we had a nice moment where we were kind of celebrating a little bit of that going on right there, as Turkey, and Istanbul in particular, is one of my favorite places on the planet to visit. So with that, I want to hand it over to Zuhal, who will tell us about Rotarian Action Groups and the very cool things that Rotarians are doing around the world. Zuhal?
Thanks, Rashtan. Thank you for the introduction, Rashtan. Hi, my name is Zuhal Sharp. As Rashtan introduced, I'm with RI programs at the Rotary headquarters. Today, I'm the specialist for global networking programs and service. Today, I'll talk about Rotarian Action Groups, what they are, and why Rotarians should care about them, and how Rotarians can get involved with Rotarian Action Groups. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my team. The team that I work with, we are called Rotary Service Connections. The reason is that we support a number of activities and programs that help Rotarians get connected around the world, as well as improve their service experience and improve their experience as a member. So I would like to share with you our promo flyer that summarizes what we do in general very well. Here, you should be able to see that right now. As you see, my team supports action groups, Rotarian Action Groups, Rotary fellowships, inter-country committees, Rotary Showcase, Rotary Ideas, online discussion groups, which those three gray ones are the online tools that we recently created to help Rotarians share their service projects or look for resources for their service projects, which is Rotary Ideas. For the projects that they complete and they want to showcase, it will be Rotary Showcase, the online platform where they can display their completed projects. And we also have online discussion groups on My Rotary, where Rotarians can go and start conversations about particular topics of their interest and start talking to each other and inviting people to those groups or joining those discussion groups. From there, I'll go, and more activities here down. You'll see project fairs my team supports, Rotary Friendship Exchange, vocational training teams, twin clubs, and even more that we couldn't fit on this flyer. Now I'm going to go to my presentation, and we'll start my my talk on Rotarian Action Groups. This is the outline of my presentation today. What are RAGs, examples, and why we should care, and how to get involved and how to propose a new RAG. First of all, Rotarian Action Groups are internationally organized. These are a group of groups of Rotarians, Rotarians family members, Rotary program participants, and alumni. Before, just a year ago, it was only the membership was only open to Rotarians, family members of Rotarians and Rotaractors, but recent board decision expanded this membership eligibility to Rotary program participants and alumni, which includes Interact, Rotaract, Rotary Youth Exchange, Rotary Peace Fellowship, Global Grant Scholarships, vocational training teams, anything you can imagine. Anyone who once in their lives participated in a Rotary or Foundation program can be action group members. So what do? They are very service-oriented. They help clubs and districts plan and implement projects in a particular area of service. So they have a particular area of expertise or a passion for a particular area of service, so that they help Rotarians, clubs and districts or multi-districts to carry out large-scale service project and humanitarian projects. Currently, this is currently like we have 22 RAGs, Rotarian Action Groups. 3 of them actually just recently received their recognition. So they are still working on their setup to be a great resource for clubs and districts. Most recently they reported worldwide membership of 28,731, and 20,000 of those members belong to our largest Rotarian Action Group, which is Population and Sustainable Development. They represent over 140 countries around the world, and most of them charge minimal dues. Some of them don't. It's average $20–25 dues per year. Some of them have lifetime. Some of them have 3-year, 5-year dues. Most RAGs, they view themselves not only as a specific subject matter resource, but also as a resource in an area of focus. As you know, Rotary has 6 areas of focus right now, and our foundation funds the projects. They fit in one of these areas of focus. As you see in this graph, we have 13 RAGs in the area of mother and child health, and we have 4 other areas of focus as well. Here you're seeing the categorization. So for peace and conflict resolution, we have 2 RAGs, slavery prevention, peace RAG. Again, we have a lot of district disease prevention and treatment related RAGs. We have 1 water and sanitation, and we have a literacy RAG. We have 2 RAGs that they identify themselves under the umbrella of economic and community development area of focus. And you're seeing the highlighted ones as new. They are the new RAGs. They received their recognition in January, like 4 months ago. Examples of Rotarian Action Groups. Now, for you to understand what they do better, I prepared some slides with examples. First one is Rotarians for Family Health and AIDS Prevention. This Rotarian Action Group conducts hands-on global service projects that address issues of HIV and AIDS and family health. This Rotarian Action Groups is known with its signature program, which is called Rotary Family Health Days. I'm sure many of you heard of Marion Bunch. She has been the leader of this program and the Rotarian Action Group. This is an annual event, provides extensive, comprehensive health services to children and adults in hundreds of locations across Africa. Last program was offered in April 2014, leveraged 564 Rotary clubs, more than 8,000 volunteers, Rotarian volunteers, who served free health care to more than nearly 350,000 people at 402 sites across the countries of Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, and South Africa. As you see, this Rotarian Action Group is very good at bringing in partners for Rotarians in their projects, corporate partners, NGO partners, which are very desirable resources for these kind of large-scale projects. Next example is one of our major Rotarian Action Groups, Water and Sanitation Rotarian Action Group. WASRAG acts as a volunteer consultant to Rotarians, clubs, and districts on their projects related to water and sanitation. They're also very good at bringing in NGO and corporate partners to the projects. They're very good at bringing in. They're very good at connecting Rotarians and Rotary clubs who are interested in getting involved in water projects. So WASRAG functions as an expert consulting entity to help clubs and districts undertake WASH projects, and the highlights are WASRAG even works with the Rotary Foundation on pilot projects to make sure that the projects, water WASH projects around the world, Rotarians are carrying out are sustainable, and they are within the requirements that our foundation requires for global grants. They also establish regional teams to bring WASRAG's expertise directly to project hosts and international clubs. They also have been hosting an annual summit, which is called World Water Summit at the ARAG conventions. This year, they are going to be hosting their 7th one, where they bring in experts from different corporations or NGOs or governmental organizations to talk about WASH projects and how to improve those projects. And again, they are very good at bringing in partners. One recent example is they just signed a partnership with charity One Drop, which is an $8 million program to bring safe water and sanitation over 200,000 people in Mali. So this program offers Rotary and Rotaract clubs everywhere an opportunity to become involved in an innovative partnership and a large-scale program. Several clubs have already signed up to help pioneer this comprehensive program. Next example is Rotarian RAG for Population Development. The acronym we use it RFPD. So this is a very important RAG. They are very active in, especially in Nigeria, and with a hope to expand their work in other parts of the world. Their signature program is improvement of maternal and child health in Nigeria. This RAG focuses its efforts to reduce maternal and newborn mortality in the rural areas of Nigeria, where lack of adequate healthcare resources poses a serious threat to the well-being of mothers and their babies. through a multifaceted approach, including public awareness, advocacy, training of health workers, provision of medical equipment, and surgical interventions. RFPD's program is proven to be highly impactful, reducing the maternal mortality rate by 60% and newborn mortality rate by 15% in participating hospitals. As you see, this project is piloted in 10 hospitals already, and now is scaling up to include hospitals in other parts of Nigeria. So this is a very fascinating picture from this RAGS, one of the hospitals that this pilot project took place. Now, my next example is a Rotarian Action Group for Microfinance and Community Development. This RAG hosts microcredit conferences to educate interested Rotarians, guides them through the process of gaining financial support for microcredit and community development related projects. And they source field trips, study and employment opportunities for Rotary members. Most recently, in partnership with districts in Honduras and Canada, the RAG carried out microfinance and community development projects to alleviate extreme poverty in Honduras. So this program has several phases, and again, with the hope that other Rotary clubs can duplicate it. We have, as I said, 22 RAGs, so I can't provide examples from each of them in during this presentation. But just a quick overview of, we have a blood donation RAG. They helps districts to hold successful blood drives for local blood banks that encourages voluntary blood donations among Rotarians and the general population. We have Rotarians Against Child Slavery RAG. They just recently constructed a vocational training center in East Bengal, India, to help women and children who were caught up in human trafficking rebuild their professional and personal lives. So we have all these RAGs, 22 of them. So why RAGs? Why should Rotarians know about RAGs? So first of all, they provide technical project advice and support, which helps Rotary clubs and districts carry out, plan, and implement impactful projects because they work with experts, and they help clubs and districts plan and implement large-scale projects because most of the times service projects of clubs are isolated from each other. The clubs are on their own resources and with their own connections and network, whereas a Rotarian Action Group may bring in a lot to the table, may bring in partners, may bring in Rotarian and non-Rotarian partners, funding, and so on and so forth. So that brings me to my third bullet point there. Rotarian Action Groups help Rotary clubs and districts identify international Rotarian and non-Rotarian partners, especially with our new global grant model. The Rotary Foundation requires 30% of the funds coming from international Rotarian partners. RAGs can be a good resource. Again, they serve as a connection to outside organizations. They can bring in non-Rotarian partners and funds. Some RAGs even help Rotary clubs, help Rotarians to draft high-quality global grant applications. So how to get involved with RAGs? First, visit this link, www.rotary.org/actiongroups. You can find more information there. You can find a flyer, an annual report, and a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation like this one. But I will also be sharing with Rushton at the end of this presentation my materials. So you can contact RAGs directly to inquire about membership opportunities. So most of them have modest membership dues to offset their administrative costs. So you can view the list of current RAGs and their websites in the Rotarian Action Groups flyer, which is also available on the website, that main link that I just showed you, /action groups. And you can contact a group that interests you directly using contact information found in the Rotarian Action Groups directory. So again, RAGs are the ones who can tell you the most about what they do and the best. So contacting them directly is always the best way to go. You can read a summary of their activities in the annual report. And you can always contact me at actiongroups@rotary.org if you cannot locate any information or if you're having troubles contacting those RAGs. In the club level, you can you can tell your clubs about RAGs, Rotarian Action Groups, as a resource, and refer to their expertise while planning and carrying out service projects. Leverage RAG's international Rotary and non-Rotary connections to find international partners and resources for your projects. Invite local RAG officers to speak to your weekly club meeting about their work. Collaborate with other clubs on a local or international service project that would benefit from the expertise of RAG. These are like what you can do in the club level. If you are interested in proposing a new RAG, the news is it's not easy. It's a tedious process because our RI board has rigorous expectations from RAGs. First criteria is it cannot duplicate an effort of an existing RAG. So you contact me at actiongroups@rotary.org, tell me on what area of topic your proposed RAG is going to be, and I can tell you if it's an eligible area or not. You need to secure at least 25 prospective members representing at least 5 countries, 3 zones, who share this common interest in a specific service activity. So the the purpose of the RAG is to complement the service activities of Rotarians, clubs, and districts, not conflict with the purpose of an existing RI policy. You can submit a detailed proposal, including an action plan that outlines how the group plans to accomplish its service goals, what types of projects it intends to promote or conduct, and the expertise its founding members have in the subject. So the action plan is the most important component of your application. Again, you may be meeting the minimum requirements, but it doesn't mean that your application will be approved by the RI board. I think before questions, I'm not sure if Rushton was going to ask about this, but people are usually, they mix up Rotarian Action Groups. Sorry. I think I'm hearing something.
No, you're doing okay.
Okay.
You know, and you may be anticipating kind of the first question. We still have a few minutes for questions. But the first one, and this probably is where you were going, is that there are Rotarian Action Groups, there are Rotarian Fellowships, and there's also the Rotary Community Corps, which I have to admit I don't know what that is. And so if you could describe those, what the other two are, that'd be great.
So yeah, Rotary Fellowships also one of the global networking groups. We call them global networking groups internally because, again, they allow Rotarians to connect in an international level, make friends with Rotarians from different countries and regions. Rotary fellowships are fun-oriented. They are not expected to be. Integrating service to their activities. So currently we have 64 of them. They are organized around a vocation, recreational interest, or hobby. So we have 64 of them. Imagine we have golf fellowship, tennis fellowship, beer fellowship, wine lovers, and amateur radio. We have automobiles and caravanning, travel, and hosting. So you can find that information also on our webpage, rotary.org/Rotary Fellowships. Oh, sorry, /fellowships. So you can find a link to every fellowship's webpage on that. And if you're interested in any of these, if you have any interest in those hobbies or those activities, you can connect with them. Again, the expectations from to keep their official status, Rotary fellowships, again, they don't have to do a lot, but and they are not service oriented. They pay visits to each other. They organize events, tournaments to get together with their fellow members around the world. For example, the Marathon Runners Fellowship just joined a championship in Paris and got together with 150 members of the fellowship. They ran in a major marathon. So this is what they do. Like Golf Fellowship, they get together in different cities in the world every year for a major championship, and they get connected, and they get free space at the convention, free booth space and meeting space, so that they come and represent their fellowship there. And same with RAGs. They get similar benefits from being an official Rotary entity. They are being offered free booth space and meeting space at the convention. We promote them on our website. We promote them on our newsletters. We promote their activities. We have a blog. So we provide them various services. But again, being a RAG is a much difficult and much tedious process, and we expect more from RAGs.
All right, good. It's good to kind of know what some of the differences are there. I think we've probably got questions or time for one question each from Shags and Carol. And Shags, I think you've got something coming up. So do you want to lead?
I don't have any questions. I think it's outstanding how this program has grown over the years. So kudos to Rotary International.
Absolutely. Cool. Carol, how about you?
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one quick statement and one question, besides saying, of course, thank you for all you're doing for the RAGs. My statement is just to support Rotarian Action Groups. I absolutely love being part of the Rotarian Action Group against child slavery, besides being able to do service projects that I might not be able to do ordinarily if I were just sticking within, my U.S. fellow Rotarian group. It's being able to be with like-minded service Rotarians all over the world. Today alone, it's only midday, and I've already had communication with fellow RAG members in India, Australia, and I guess the U.S. Oh, and England, and that's that's just today. So thanks for all you're doing to support that. My question is, in the past, Rotarian Action Groups have not been able to raise money at RI conventions. Yet we have people, when we speak, people come to us and say, we really want to be part of this, we want to help with a particular project you're talking about, like our School for Freedom project. Do you anticipate that will change in the future, or is anything being done for the upcoming international convention?
I'm not sure if there is a particular policy for the RI conventions, but what is the budgetary or financial practice we expect from RAGs. So RAGs can raise money on their web page, but or via different ways, but they have to make sure that the donate button for the web page, next to donate. So you can definitely, drags can raise money for a specific Rotary Club or district project, and they can hold up to $25,000 in donations for those projects. But after hitting that limit, they have to move those funds to the project and just keep raising if they need to. And they can raise money. They can ask for funds, donations from other organizations to for those projects of clubs and districts. But also they can mostly their administrative expenses are they come from the membership dues. Some RAGs they find external donors, so we don't want Rotarian donations go into RAG's administrative costs. We want RAGs to manage it differently from like membership dues, or they can some RAG members want to donate to the administrative costs, or some of them find external donors for their administrative costs. But mostly the RAGs soliciting money from other Rotarians, that money, those funds, they need to go to a specific project.
Thank you.
No problem.
Cool. Well, we've run out of time, actually, so I want to, first of all, thank Shags and Carol for taking part, as well as our speaker, Zuhal Sharp from Rotary International in Evanston. All right. Thank you so much for your time. You guys are doing so much good work there, and it's wonderful to understand kind of what the support systems may be that can help clubs who have this kind of great idea and not perhaps a clear sense of how to get going on it to find the expertise they may need. So wonderful work you're doing.
Thank you for having me, Rashdan. It was a great honor to be here speaking to your club's Rotarians today.
All right. So this ends the program for the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley this week. However, we hope that you will be with us next week as we get an example of everything going on with a specific Rotarian Action Group, the Rotarians Against Child Slavery Action Group, and Carol will present to us as part of that. Carol, way to go. Everyone, make sure that you do the things that we want you to do following watching this. All right, there will be a set of links right below this part of your web page, and you'll be able to follow those to find more information about different things that Zuhal has told us about. There is also a survey that says I attended, and you need to fill out that survey so that we know you did. This is critical for our members, of course, and for our guests. This is what generates the email that allows you to share with your club secretary so that they know that you made up, with our club. And then finally, we want everybody to engage in the discussion below. We have all kinds of great ideas that pop up. These are our chance not just to share ideas with each other, but also to learn a little bit more about each other as we find out what people think of the meetings and what's going on in their lives. So for everybody, thank you very much for taking part, for being with us this week, and we hope that we will see you next week. Take care.
Thank you, Rashad.